make sure we got everything good to go.
Sure. Let me refresh the YouTube channel and see if I can hear you or myself talking. Yeah, I can hear you and also hear myself clearly. So yeah, the sound is working all right.
Okay, good, good. Uh, all right. So this is, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remote view contest number 64.
Number 64.
We were talking about it on another Discord last night, and everybody was excited the fact that you're rolling over your prize money. So it's getting higher and higher. Pretty soon, when we hit $1 million, everybody's going to
Uh-huh.
want to do this. So I'm excited.
Uh-huh. Well, I have to say that I feel kind of sorry because I think this week we have got a winner. Yeah, we have got a winner. And yeah, anyways, let's just start our live stream and discussion.
Okay. All right. So what do we got? We got who is this that I'm looking at? What data?
This is data from Blue Death.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay. So this is the winning one between him and Dumbledore. I mean, holy crap.
yeah. I think Blue Death is the winning one, and it's not just me. I also chat with AI, Chat GPT, and asked for AI's opinion on this. And AI actually gave this data a very high rating, like 7 out of 10. So very close. Not a excellent hit, but good enough hit. So I consider him as the winner, Blue Death. But anyways, before we do the target review, I'll just describe what he wrote in his data. And first we see on the first page, the page includes various handwritten and topographical elements, structures, labels, and notations. There are hills and water bodies, trees, buildings, and directional or emotional notes. And there are some key areas, like top left of the page 1, and you see pressured, crinkled metal gathering pole. And these areas seem to indicate some kind of mechanical or structural feature, maybe with electromagnetic or antenna-like connotations. And at the center of the page, and he wrote partially fed body of water down a hill, suggests a water source such as a stream or a small river descending a slope. And on the top right, he also wrote like a canal or dam augmented control stream. And this implies uncertainty, but suggests the presence of human engineering to manage water flow. So, yeah, that's pretty much what he wrote on the first page. And let's move on to the second page. And also,
Am I looking at the second page now? This is the one you're
yeah,
talking.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is the second page.
Okay.
And open space and also abstractions. Moving plane of time involve children, and he also wrote trees, question mark, and slope area leading up to a structure, and yeah, that's pretty much he gave for this data. And even though the amount of information is not as much as Dumbledore's data, but yeah, if you know the target, you actually find that the signal to noise ratio is very, very high. Yeah, almost every piece of the data is a hit. So I consider it a very good quality data. Yeah.
Cool.
So okay, so moving on. I think it's from Dumbledore. Dumbledore, I believe he gave so much effort into doing this session because yeah, 6 pages of remote viewing data. Yeah, 6 pages. Is it? Yeah, it's some serious work. I can see that some serious effort have been put into this. So on the first page, again, we see the typical ideograms Dumbledore offered, and yeah, I don't know how to describe that. So yeah, let's just move on. And for the second page, he wrote soft and organic and breathing hair texture and he also drew some probably structures. I would say string, energy, and laser, a bit like snipping a sack, and the fabric. Also, he also perceived some. I don't know how to describe that, but on the upper side of the page, you see some movements or some events or activity, but I don't know what that means. Yeah, maybe there are some interactions between different, shall we call it, structures, and also on the bottom of the page, he wrote down place arranged a bit like a cheap red figure inside standing, perhaps a control panel and rain pouring or something falling, both in water. Actually, it's also very very good data, but
Where are you
not
looking at?
not a, sorry.
Where are you looking at? Because I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing
Oh,
any of the.
I'm still on page two. On page two.
Okay. Oh, page 2. Got it. Got it. Soft, porous, organic breathing.
Yeah, yeah. Place
Oh,
arrange a little cheap red figure inside standing, and perhaps a control panel, rain pouring or something falling, and also putting water. Yeah, I consider it some very 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 good data
okay.
as well. And moving on, page 3, R gray shades speech dimensional spinning all the way from Earth to space. Tinfoil, gray, black background, structure like a beetle, feels like a video game. Everything else spins around it. Time travel, waves in space, natural environment. Koala like koala like ETs. They're fun koala people.
Cool. It kind of reminds me of Star Wars, the little Oompa Loompa looking guys. So koala like
you,
ETs. Yeah, that's pretty
you
good.
know what? I have always been wanting to have seen some aliens showing up in my remote viewing session, but so far no. Yeah, I wish I could have that kind of experience. That must be very interesting. But sometimes it could be intimidating as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
koala like ETs. I think they are friendly people. If they do exist. Okay, on the fourth page, and we got hard, flat, natural, and white steels. Stick ticking sound feels like cover, and I don't know. No, I don't know how to read that word.
Which
In
word is it? Kinesthetic.
kinesthetic. Yeah, kinesthetic goes everywhere. Oil smell, rubber test. And also he drew a bunch of structures. One is a rectangular one, square shape, and also unknown machinery. And he also depicted its structure and he also wrote down its segments. Flight antenna related. Also relating to the about with regard to the structure, and he drew down some deduction words. Maybe it's a lighthouse shape and steams and flat concrete. Some field generated video signal send and film projector panoramic view. Actually, it's I wouldn't consider it's a hit, but some of the data are relevant aspect of the target. Yeah, once you know the identity. And on the fifth page, he drew a picture looks like a UFO landing, and someone standing beside it. That's my feel to it.
That's pretty cool. There's that Oompa
Yeah,
Loompa.
technology and electromagnetic. Yeah, and he also drew a person standing beside the structure that looks like a UFO landing to me.
It does.
And for the last page, that's the concluding page. Yellow and flow shift electronics and flat field underground facility discover timeline and star not completely real. Looks like a wall with I don't know what that word.
Is that
Uh,
tattoos? Buttons. It's a wall
no,
with buttons.
wall with buttons, and monitoring. Yeah, that concludes his data. And yeah, looking backwards, I would say from Dumbledore's data, my conclusion based on his data alone, I would say maybe yeah, the target could be technology related, and it could be a maybe a incident, maybe in the future or in the past, and yeah, involve some alien species with Earth people. I don't know, but that's the feel I get from his data.
So on page 3, he has a picture of like a tube or something, or like a wave. And
Yeah, and also he also wrote down dimensional spinning.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I got that too. I mean, that was one of the things that I got was an actual waveform. Let me
Mm-hmm.
I gotta fix something real quick. So hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I got to what happened was I yeah, I know. God damn it.
What do you mean?
What happened was is I pushed a button that I shouldn't have pushed, and I lost a screen on the video. So if you're watching the video, then all of us, the Discord chat where I've got pictures of all you guys went away. So now that I've got it back online, now that
Okay.
I fixed my faux pas.
Uh-huh.
All right, so yeah, I just wanted to say that yeah, the whole rotating thing is I really got that. So
Uh-huh.
in fact, there it is. If you look at the rolling, I thought it was like
Oh yeah.
I thought it was like a wave hitting concrete, and people are
Mm-hmm.
watching this wave just smash and the spray go everywhere. And then
Mm-hmm.
I got like a sloping area, breakwater or wave action, breeze, people,
Mm-hmm.
sunny, a round object that looked like either a tire or a container.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it felt like a sneaker wave, something that was unexpected. So I think I was off track, but I did get the energy aspect. Um,
Oh, just like Dumbledore's data.
yeah, yeah. So, but I was really tired last night. I didn't spend a lot of time on this.
Uh-huh. Oh, no worries. You would be amazed by your data because I know the identity. So
Yeah.
and anyway, so next is my data, and first my first visual is oh no the next one is from Anna. Sorry. It's he wrote down control tower and also
Yeah. See,
several different
you see that looks like
objects.
it looks like a house with the wave or with the
Mm-hmm.
rays coming off it. That's kind of like what I
Yeah.
felt too. So maybe he's picking
Mm-hmm.
up on the same thing I picked up on.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But he didn't go much deeper into this. So
yeah.
I really have no idea what these different shapes, structures, or objects could be. Yeah, it's better that you don't just whenever you do your remote viewing session, you better not just draw down images. You better if possible, you draw down your interpretation of your ideogram and drawings so that people can relate to the idea or concept you want to you want to express. Yeah, otherwise it's very hard for us to interpret what is really you are trying to describe.
Right, and that's the thing
So
is I just asked him on the chat channel what his concept for his picture is. Well, it's literally what he sees. So he's actually saying that he literally sees this concept, which is where
this
I was.
visual.
Yeah, this is exactly where I was at too. As I literally saw
Mm-hmm.
that house looking thing and the wave over it. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Top left is a plane.
Uh-huh. Oh,
So
Tom Davis. Okay, very artistic. Yeah, even though it may not be a plan, you could write down some words like deduction or LL is a moving vehicle. or a flying vehicle or something like that, or flying object, whatever. You bet, yeah, just put down words beside your drawings so that we can kind of guess what that could be, and better use low level terms. Yeah, so instead of using airplanes, yeah, you can describe it as some flying structure or object or vehicle. Yeah, depending on situations. And sometimes we all know that remote viewing data sometimes can be very metaphorical, so it may not necessarily mean that you are actually seeing that object, but instead you are just interpreting it in a different fashion.
Yeah, and that right. I mean, and the more data we put down, the
Mm-hmm.
more words that we try to describe, like his little butt cheeks with the tail. I'd like to know what
Mm-hmm.
the butt cheeks with the tail, and he's got the middle thing is like chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the thing on the right, Menace? I
You
mean
wrote down power. That's
the
the only words I can see
but what is
in
what does that mean? A control tower? Is that like an airport control tower?
mm-hmm.
I guess if he's got a plane on there, that would make sense. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes more sense in his in his data. Yeah, if he saw a flying vehicle and also see a high structure and he wrote down control tower, then yeah, maybe he's trying to describe
He
a
wrote it.
site that is, yeah, maybe in an airport or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and see, Dumbledore wrote a lighthouse, not a control tower. So both
Mhm.
these guys got aspects, chemical
Of
compound structure.
and high level buildings.
Hmm. Hmm. I like
Okay,
it.
so in my next is my data, and I actually didn't see a very urban environment, but instead the first visual, it's not a good representation of my first visual, but I see two standing man-made structures that is high above my viewpoint. I feel that I was looking up, very up, and it is as if these two structures are building on the mountains, and but they are man-made structures, and I also feel it's I don't feel it very modern, so I wrote down it's indigenous and structure, and it's man-made and it's high ground, and I'm looking up and from a bottom view, and I don't know what these two structures look exactly, but I feel that it's very complicated. So I also try to use different colors to represent what I saw. And the second page is no, I didn't draw UFO.
What? Let's go to the.
These are not UFOs. These are underground man-made structures, but they are high above my viewpoint. So that's why I was drawing. And the second is I saw a person and he is looking at something, and I watched this person from a side view of a male. It's a male subject. And is wearing white turban. I don't know why, but it's just my it's just what it appears in my mind, and so I made a deduction. It's an Indian because I saw the turban. I saw the stylish hat he wears on his head, and this man is looking at something, and I don't know what that something is, but because I saw a lot of color, so I drew a rainbow, and yeah, I don't know what that means, but I drew a rainbow, a spectrum of something
Yeah.
in color. So next one is on next page I feel wind and it's a natural environment, and I also sense mountains and high ground. Some vegetations around but feels barren overall. And I also saw deep valleys, not far from the place I was standing. Yeah, it's just my visual perception. And then is my summary. My summary is the target could be a village located in a rural area with rich history and tradition, and there is something buried underground. And I wrote treasure and with a question mark. I don't know, but it's just my feeling. Yeah, and for summary part, I didn't do any more remote view. I just try to uh, try to look back. I just look back with all my data and try to reach the best conclusion I can make. So yeah, that concludes my session. And there is another one I forgot to include. So sorry about that. And I have to, yeah, it's submitted to your Discord channel, but there is no drawing, so I'll just read it from Discord. And give me a moment. Oh, it's from floating into the night.
Yes,
I
yes.
think it's from, yeah, floating into the night. Target 13285862. He submitted his data. This person submitted his data like 12 hours ago. I didn't. Yeah, I forgot to put it into the web page. Sorry about that. Um, and he dis I don't know if he or she, but this person described as shaking, swaying, and crawling sensation, inching forward, fuzzy texture, green, caterpillar, leafy, rising and falling, warm energy. Yeah, that's that. He didn't draw anything, but instead he put down the different descriptors and the adjectives and nouns to describe this target. I think it's a very good way to start doing basic remote viewing. Yeah, instead of just trying to get all the data at once, you just, yeah, start doing baby steps. Yeah, putting out one word, two words, and if possible, if you get a visual, just draw it down and submit your data. And as people get used to the whole process, you start. That's when you start making improvements. But even though we have been having some incremental improvements all along the way, and we are still just amateurs. Yeah, learning to become better. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think that's a very good starting point for this person. And because I know the targets, so I don't I it's not a hit, but it's also very contains some good data, good aspects of the data.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we
Mm-hmm.
have how many contestants do we have on this?
I think five people. Oh no, not just five,
Okay.
six, including myself.
Right.
Six real people. No AI for this one.
We actually have a lot of even just looking at we have a lot of overlapping data. I mean, between me, Dumbledore,
Mm-hmm.
you, and Manus, we have a lot of data that really overlaps. And I'm kind of it's going to be interesting to see what the actual target is because of how and where our data is overlapping. So what was the target?
Okay, before we do the target reveal, suppose you don't know that Blue Dev is the winner for this week. Looking backwards for all the data, what do you think the target could be? Yeah, just compare the similarities and the common ground we share, and everyone pretty much have the same weight. Like Dumbledore has like 1 out of 6, and Blue Dev has 1 out of 6 in terms of weight. Yeah, everyone's data has to be taken into consideration. What do you think the target is about? Is it about an event, or is it about uh, a person, a particular person, or yeah? What do you think the target could be?
So I'm thinking looking at Blue Dev's data, Dumberdole's data is it's probably an event and it's located near a water source and
Mm-hmm.
there's a structure involved and a altitude change. There's it's like you said you're looking up. So I believe that uh, this is an event that probably happened near um, some sort of infrastructure. I don't think it's a house.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an infrastructure thing, either a dam or power line or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Dumberdole's data. looking at his with the energy and the all the rest of these going on about how dimensional it is, dimensional aspects, makes me kind of wonder, am I looking at what am I looking at? See, because then I take my data and overlap it on everybody else's data, and again, it feels
Mm-hmm.
like it's an event that happened
Mm-hmm.
at a particular location. So I'm going to go
Mm-hmm.
with event. It's an event. Even Mana
Mm-hmm.
says it looks like an event. So
Mm-hmm. And there are structures, and it's near water, and there are people involved in this.
yeah, exactly. So what the event is though is going to be the question. I mean, because I'm not seeing a. We don't all agree on what
No,
what the event could be. So it's going to be interesting to see
no.
that.
Yeah, I think that's the key point to note here, because we only, yeah, we when we see discrepancies, we, yeah, it seems simply means that the different remover viewers have different opinion about the target. So we don't see the discrepancies. We only compare the similarities, because that's what we share. We all share individually, independently about the target. So yeah, and that part of the data gives us the most confidence in terms of the quality. And yeah, so for this, that's all we can tell. It's an event, and it involves people, and there are water nearby, and there is a structure. But as to what the event could be, or what happened to these people, or the emotional aspects of the event, we just don't have a consensus on it.
Right.
So that part, we cannot. For suppose it's a real request from a client, that part we cannot reach any conclusion.
Right.
But for the event part, for the structure, for the surrounding environments, and for the people, yeah, we do have uh some data for this, and probably some good data, because that's what appeared in all the remote viewing sessions.
Right.
Okay, so just move downwards, move the
Okay.
page downwards. There is a link, other links. You click on it, is a target source.
Okay. Let me get to it real quick.
Yeah, almost to the bottom of this page.
It's a CRV
It,
viewer.
uh, also further downwards, other link. Yeah, is a link. Yeah, this one, target source, target source.
I'm not seeing it. Where is it?
Slightly above, slightly
Right.
above your mouse. Slightly up, target source links.
Oh, sorry. Oh, look at that. That's the target. This is
Yes, that's a target. It's
okay.
from Link Buchanan's removing target 4.
No,
A water bridge over troubled waters.
that is cool. What is okay? So hailed as an engineering masterpiece. Two shipping canals joined by a kilometer-long concrete bathtub, so allows boats to cross obstacles. Difference between the water bridge and aqueduct. Aqueduct used to transport water. Largest water bridge. Seen from the air, appears to be a normal bridge. Why would they build that?
I don't know.
Okay, river barges. So it's for shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's tying the canals together. Okay, that makes sense. Um, wow. And this is the location of the. So okay, so looking at the pictures, right,
Mm-hmm.
and looking at the the energy aspects of this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, Blue Dev was definitely on spot on. He did really good on
And
this.
your data is very good as well. You specifically wrote down words. Container. That's a that's a very good word. That's a very good word to describe the target. It's not containers, but it's sheets, and it looks like container.
Right.
If you put mosaics on it, it looks like container.
Uh-oh, I lost my data. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the data real quick. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, so Blue Devon was he got the aspect of the canals and the lakes and all the water
Mm-hmm.
beautifully. Blocks my vision. He's got the dam and the structure, so that is really good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Soft porous organic. So looking at Dumbardole's is he actually got aspects of the boat. So if you're going to stand inside that boat that's traveling or the barge that's going through, that would do it. So he got aspects of it too. It's just not as clean and not as unknown machinery segments.
Yes.
I think he definitely got some. He got the people standing there too. I don't know if you've noticed
Yes.
that. So
Yes.
that's
There are many people standing in the pictures,
yeah. Um,
and your data is very good as well.
I got
Just
as I got
not as detailed as
exactly.
Blue Depth, but
Yeah.
it's still I consider it very good data. Even though you said that you were very tired when doing this session, but yeah, again you get some yeah, and yeah, rolling, and you sense waves and the energy and the breeze and people and container.
Well,
So very good data. Now my data is not as good as yours and Blue Depth, but I try to did my best.
well, the funny thing is this picture here. You're looking up. So, and there's the colors. The colors that you
Mm.
have on your picture that is looking up is right there on the bridge. It's showing the three flags. So I mean, I don't know. Uh, we all got aspects. Blue Dev rocked it.
Yeah, blue. It's not just me thinking that way. I actually sent his data for ChatGPT and to evaluate his data, and ChatGPT gave me a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, if yeah, if the perfect key is 10 scores 10, then prove that probably got like 7. So I consider it good enough.
I really think this is what Dumbledore. This picture here is what Dumbledore was looking at. I really believe this particular aspect where he's looking down on these barges that are floating through. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's that was a good target because you had layers. I mean, and while it felt like an event, not a location, because unfortunately for me that was an actual event. I'm sorry, that was an actual location and not an event. The target was a location.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually didn't do good on my evaluation of the data because it wasn't what I thought it was. Let's see. Each of us had
no,
different target
no,
points.
no worries. It's all just interpretations because sometimes it's possible that remote viewers can gather a lot of good information, but we failed to interpret the information in the right sense. It's
Right,
possible.
right.
So monitor also the monitors in a remote viewing session also has a role to play.
Actually, that's one of the things we're going to look at on another channel was I'm gonna monitor a group of people, and then I'm gonna go through on targets that I don't know. So I want to be the monitor on a target that I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, and then have five or
Mm-hmm.
six people work the same target at the same time, talking to each
Mm-hmm.
other, and I want to be the one who controls the aspect of it. And then I want to
Yeah,
go
I think
through,
you should.
but I want to go through and
Yeah.
have different targets and have everybody try to be the monitor for the target that they don't know. Knowing the target is
So
one thing, it's easier. Not knowing the target and trying to control the flow of information is a lot harder. And
where did you find that opportunity?
I'm it's over on Dave's Discord, the Underground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
So last night we were doing targets that the monitor knew. There's a group
Mm-hmm.
of three, four of us, me, Snowblind,
Mm-hmm.
Empress, IDK, and Night Traveler, and
Mm-hmm.
we did really good. But the monitor knew the target, so I want to do targets with the monitor as a monitor with targets
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know, and I want to be able to control the flow of data in a group setting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
everybody needs to try this on their own individual because I know Dumbledore is a fantastic monitor,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to try targets that he doesn't know and have him monitor
Mm-hmm.
and control where we look. So, because I know he's really good at it, he should be able to
Mm-hmm.
pick and choose the data and then just kind of follow the leads as they come in.
Yeah, we need a target assigner, and that
Yeah,
who doesn't
right. We'll need
leak any information to the remote viewer and monitor.
right, exactly. So we're going to have targets, a target assigner, assign the target. We're going to have to, the monitor is going to have to be able to do his. I mean, you're talking about a lot of intricate little parts. And the other
Uh-huh.
thing is we're going to have to evaluate the data afterwards. So now you're talking about a whole, looking at the data afterwards and having somebody whose job is to do nothing but, I don't know, grade or score how we do as a group.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, if no one is can wants to do that job, I think it's let's just ask AI to do this.
Well, the nice thing
Yeah.
is in a business setting like where we're looking for, let's say we're hired by somebody to, we're looking for a particular artifact. If one
Uh-huh.
person sets the target for
Mm-hmm.
us as a group and we all work together on the group, then
Mm-hmm.
we can actually use the monitor's skill to focus in on particular aspects, and the monitor doesn't have to know anything. It'll be up to the target
Yeah.
assigner to figure out what the best target is, or how
Yes.
to frame the target to
That's
do
a
the most.
traditional way of doing remote viewing. Yeah,
Yeah,
working in double blind.
yeah, and that way that the customer can actually, especially if we record it and we have somebody going through and taking all the data and compressing it, we can actually show them what we did and then have the data all compressed into a nice format where all we're doing is sitting
Mm-hmm.
here rambling on about how pretty the water is and how I want to touch it, and you know
Uh-huh.
we don't have to.
And I would say in order for us to have our data to be worth something, to have some value, we have to specify high value targets.
Yeah.
Maybe some events, like for example, you were talking with, I forgot his name. Give me a second.
Which one? Night. Night.
Uh, oh, Space Case
Oh.
Zero. Yeah, yeah, before we start our live stream, you were talking with him about earthquakes and
Oh.
upcoming upheavals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that this, yeah, it's one of the potential high value targets that people might find it interesting, and also since we are already making contents on YouTube, yeah, we should just like future forecasting group and Fireside start working on projects and stuff that people may find interesting, even though we are not as good as them in terms of removing capabilities, but our data, yeah, the accumulated body of data also shows that, yeah, most of the time we are not as good as them, but we still can hit the targets. Yeah, sometimes. And yeah, for and I'm actually very happy that this week Blue Death hit the target fair and square. Yeah,
Right.
he was out totally blind, and yeah, he successfully described diff- yeah, various aspects of the target, and most importantly, not having many contaminations
Right.
in his data. His data is very clean and clear. Yeah. So I think we can start working on it as a team, as a group. But ultimately, it depends on how many people wants to participate and how good we are overall.
Well, here's the thought: is I might be able to drum up some business so that if we do like a weekly forecast, quick weekly
Mm-hmm,
forecast thing for, I don't know, the news or stocks or something. I mean, what's the prediction for the
mm-hmm,
stock for Monday? So
mm-hmm,
if we look at next Monday's forecast or even next Friday's forecast, then maybe we can actually have where we're doing future forecasts for profit. I mean, we won't
mm-hmm.
we won't have fantastic data, but we will have some data, and maybe there's somebody out there willing to pay for our average data. It would be really
Mm-hmm,
it'd be kind of cool, and we could set it up like
mm-hmm,
a contest too. I mean, whoever has the best data for a week out future forecast wins a prize. I
mm-hmm,
mean, maybe we should do that
mm-hmm.
too. That would actually draw a lot of people.
Oh, you just reminded me of the fact that we forgot to do uh, a monthly news forecast for least for April.
Yeah, well, and
We haven't did it yet.
that's what I was thinking too. Is we need to look at doing the forecast for the month of April.
Okay, so anyways, here's what we are going to do. We need to start working on other targets, not just for practice one, but still we need practice. So I think we are still going to have.
Well, what
I think.
why don't
Mhm.
we put a call out there to the people that are watching? You actually got quite a few watchers. It's
Uh-huh.
kind of surprising.
Well,
To
yeah, it will be interesting if the audience of the like people watching your YouTube channels to propose ideas and the targets for us to remove you, or people in your Discord
yeah.
to propose the targets that they are interested in, and we just make mix them into a target pool and pick one randomly. Yeah.
Well, I was actually going to put out the proposal that we put it out there that we will do a target for you. If you want
Mm-hmm.
to put some money down on it,
Uh-huh.
we will do the target for you. And then as
Mm-hmm.
long as you get a hold of me and we discuss the target, either I can do it
Mm-hmm.
or Dumberdola can do it or you can do it. We got to have
Mm-hmm.
somebody talk to the person to make sure that the target is acceptable. And if they want to if they want to put money down on it, we will do a target for them. I mean, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're going to do a remote view target for you for X amount of dollars. Yay!
Well, but I still have to tell you the fact that not many people believe in remote viewing this kind of
That makes it even
stuff.
better. So let's make a bet. I'll bet you money that we can actually locate some of the aspects of your target that are very close to what the target is. We may not get the target, but I'll bet you
Uh-huh.
money. So if
I
I would love to go to
don't know.
Vegas.
No, I don't want to bet. I would be losing so much money on this. No,
Yeah,
I'm not as confident as you, but yeah, maybe one day if we become good enough and proficient enough, yeah, maybe it can be used as a challenge. Yeah,
we're gonna get to that point. In fact, we're gonna get to that point
yeah,
soon.
not for now, but yeah, I can see that it's something that we could do together as a group. Yeah,
It would be
in the
fun as a
future.
group. And the
Yeah,
other thing,
it will
the
be
other
fun.
the other thing is sports events. So I don't do much. I don't do any sports. I don't watch any sports. But if there's a sports event that's coming up and somebody wants us to
Mm-hmm,
do a who's gonna win in this particular sports
mm-hmm,
event, I am down with that. I would love to try to figure out who's gonna win.
mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that would be another money making thing.
Okay, I think my time is almost up, and I don't have anything else to talk about. Is there anything you want to say before we end today's session?
Uh,
Or
I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So that'll be it. For next week, are we going to do anything special, or are we going to just go ahead and do a do a target and then go with that? Do you want to try to do that future forecast for next month?
Uh, no, not yet. Yeah,
Okay.
but I think I have something interesting. I can come up with something interesting for next week,
Okay.
or maybe if the Amrito or anyone else, uh, in your Discord channel or the viewers on your YouTube channel, if they want to propose any target they are interested in, yeah, just leave a comment either down in the comment section below in your YouTube live stream, or maybe yeah, for people already in your Discord, that they just speak up, and yeah, they can, there it's free for everyone to assign a target,
Right.
and yeah, if someone can hit it under blind condition, yeah, they will get $20 worth of our ZenPanda meme coins. Sorry, it goes back to 20 again. Yeah, because this week, Blue Dev got a prize. So yeah, next week will be $20. But yeah, if you are interested and want to improve your remote viewing or psychic skills, yeah, you should keep doing it regardless of the money involved.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Do it for the fun and not for the money. So,
Uh-huh. Yeah, to
all right.
better yourself.
Yeah. Yep. It gets easier as time goes by. So, all right. Well,
Mm-hmm.
cool, cool. I guess we'll just go ahead and wrap it up, and
Mm-hmm.
I will see you next week.
Yeah, very glad to see you guys here, and I'll see you guys next week as well. Goodbye. Have a good day. Bye bye.